rather than focusing on what he or she should have, focus on what kind of person would that person pursue. You know what I mean? So if I want, this is
pretty, by the way, in this lighting. Like, I'm really seeing it. It's like, it has like a, almost like a violet undertone.
Yeah, I make some like purples in there.
Yeah, I could see where we earlier today it looked more red, but I see the violet.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. I know there's gonna be a lot of guys out there who feel like they do put in that extra effort to be like a phenomenal black man, you know, one that stands out against the rest. They're not a polo wearing dude, you know. But for some reason he can't seem to find a quality woman.
Right.
Like, what do you think, like, why can't he find a quality woman?
Unfortunately, I feel like some females may think this, once again, not all, that he may come across soft. That it depends on his demeanor. It depends. He could be tough. I'm just saying most of those guys are respectful. Not saying the polo wearing are not respectful, but I'm just saying most of these guys, they have a different kind of etiquette, different kind of speech. They use different kind of words and verbiage. And some women could take that as soft. Where they're not interested. He can't protect me if we somewhere out and somebody tries to jump me. Not all women think like that, but I'm saying that could be a small reason why sometimes. That's just out of a million. But what's your thought on why?
I feel like I have a few thoughts on that. I feel like successful men, or I shouldn't say successful men, but men who aren't on the block all day, who are working and doing well for themselves. I feel like those men who have issues with getting a quality woman, a quality black woman, oftentimes they're dating down.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, I just had an aha moment. You're so right about that. The same with the women. That's like a vice versa.
Like, yeah, we're all like dating down.
I get you on that. And when they do date down, they sometimes get a gold digger-esque one or like a real hood rat one, and they end up that woman ends up controlling them. Yeah. I
mean, my guess is that the reason why they do date down is because they think that that's what you're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to have a woman who maybe you're making more than the woman. Like, that's generally the case that most people want. Like, they want the man to be making more than the woman. So I don't know, the banker, maybe he starts dating a waitress because he thinks that, you know, okay, I'm the boss, I'm the man, I'm making the money, so let me date somebody who I have to take care of. And
eventually become a housewife. I am a living testament of that situation, but also the times were different back then, in a sense, where I don't want to...
You're from your parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to disrespect my dad and my mom and say he dated down, but their occupations didn't line up. And my mom ended up, you know, being a housewife for a great amount of years, taking care of my sister and I. And my dad has that mentality where the man has to be the breadwinner regardless, and he tried to instill that in me, but I try to go kind of opposite of that because he was trying to instill it in me so bad, and I didn't want to have to just rely on a man or whatever the case may be. But what you're saying is still out there and very much alive, of dating down in a sense.
So I guess men who feel like, you know, the women or the black women in particular who they pursue, who, you know, kind of like blow them off because they're not bad, like a bad boy type. Like, everyone, regardless of race, girls tend to be attracted to bad boys. And honestly, a woman who's experienced is not gonna go for a bad boy type. They're not. That's like very young. That's like a young-minded woman is gonna go for a bad boy type. Women who are like being mindful of their future and things like that, they're not gonna want that. They're gonna want somebody who's doing well for themselves, who's a provider, who's gonna give them a sense of security and protection and things like that. I think that you should be mindful of the mindset of the woman that you're pursuing, and you're not going to get dismissed so quickly. Maybe, just maybe, we should try, rather than dating up or dating down, we should try to find our equal
But that, I mean, no excuse, but it's hard.
To find your equal?
Yes, it's hard. And, you know, it's hard to, especially in a world of dating apps and fast, and hoping that somehow we'll meet each other and just meeting each other out. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard. And I agree with you. I do agree. Find your equal. Find who completes you. That's the goal for everybody. But sometimes we kind of give up on that because we just want someone.
That's true.
You can find your equal there, out there. You don't have to feel like you have to dim yourself down for someone, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or find someone who's beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm still trying to think of the men. Because I do feel for those guys. Like, I see them a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
And, those guys who feel like, oh no, I'm this ideal man, but yet I can't find a good woman. They always leave me.
Or they dog me out.
Yeah,
too.
stuff like that. Like, yeah, they cheat on me and all that. Like, I do feel for those guys. There's so many women who complain about there's not professional black men who are of their caliber to date. There's gotta be like mixers, like.
Yeah, there are. I mean? Especially, there are some in New York. Like, I'm sure you've seen.
For professional black?
Yeah, or whatever. But I feel like it's so bad, but I feel like they're mixy. I mean, I've never been to one, but I feel like, from what I see from pictures, it's mixy people.
You mean, it's like...
Where it's like college 2.0.
Okay, it's not for serious dating.
Where that's what I feel. Okay. I could be wrong. Of course, you're gonna say I want someone who's educated. I want this. I want that. But then the people that stretch it, like, oh, he gotta be this. He gotta do this.
Be 6'2".
Yeah, like he can't. He gotta wear this kind of clothes. Like, don't stretch it as that. Stretch it as what will match your spirit and your long-term goal.
Yeah, you want someone with compassion, somebody
and even
understanding.
Some people might disagree with me, but even if he looks like Quasimodo, I'm just saying. Would I date a Quasimodo? I'm just saying. That's not nice. But, never mind. I'm just going to leave that as is. I'm just saying. All you Quasis out there, hey, psych, I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship, but you're going to get your girl.
Rather than focusing on what he or she should have, focus on what kind of person would that person pursue. You know what I mean? So if I want...
That's some real stuff.
Right? It sounds accurate. Like, and so let's say I want... Say I want an astronaut. I want my man to be an astronaut.
What kind of female would he want? Yes,
he will probably want somebody who loves the stars.
Yeah, an intellectual.
So if I want an astronaut, please believe I'm going to be buying myself a nice telescope.
Right.
I'm going to learn about the moon phases.
Right.
And that kind of stuff.
Join some blogs on that. Like,
exactly.
Some communities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's some real stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like...
So that's a good tip. That's a good tip. That's a good take home. So, like, men and women watching this video, like, if you're concerned about attracting a lover, or a specific kind of lover, I should say, embody.
The first thing I thought of, like, you know how people want to be with athletes, like,
I was thinking about that.
Now I gotta go get my butt done, my boobs done, and all that.
It's funny you say that because I remember I was listening to the Breakfast Club the other day, and like they were telling you to call in if you're like a groupie, and like give some groupie tips on like how to get a ball player.
People were really calling.
Women were really calling with some tips that made sense.
What were they saying? Like,
one of them.
I gotta hear this.
One of them was like how you have to like go to like those basketball charity events. Like you have to like really be a fan. Like, don't just be like just somebody who goes to the games. Like, you like know the sport, like like know the calls, like know ball players' stats and stuff. Like, actually be a fan of the sport. Like, so actually show interest
what you
in
just
the sport.
Said about the whole if you want an astronaut.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like actually show interest and go to the events. Like, go to the charity events and stuff. And like that's how like those ball players get those girls, and like it works for them, and it makes sense. It's the same formula. I'm not telling you to go out there and be a groupie and start learning how to play basketball and stuff. Don't do that. I mean, do your life, live your life, whatever.
Very interesting.
But
that's a good tip.
Mhm.
Interesting.
You about to go Google basketball tips?
No,
I'm
got
just
me a
kidding.
man.
Yeah, I know you good. You good. We good over here.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Okay.